The man in front of me was clearly just a veterinarian, yet he could cure various rare and complex diseases in people. This was all because he had a magical ring. This ring not only absorbs the diseases from people, but also transfers them to others. The man originally just wanted to kindly treat others, but he never expected that one day he would be taken to court. The one suing him was Smith, the CEO of Company A. The charge was practicing medicine without a license. The defendant, the man, was very calm. He knew in his heart that the reason he was sitting here was simply because he had refused Smith's company's invitation. Although he didn't have a medical license, he had indeed cured people's diseases completely, and he only charged $100 per person. Smith suddenly smiled triumphantly. He accused the man of lying, then he brought in a witness. The man never expected that just days ago, the people who had sincerely thanked him at his clinic, today, they would accuse him of scamming their money. What angered the man even more was that his girlfriend had betrayed him as well. Just when the man was feeling desperate, a beautiful woman suddenly entered the courtroom. She was the female CEO of Company B. The man had once saved her father by chance. Now, hearing about the man's situation, she hurried over to help him. Since they claimed the man was practicing without a license, she was willing to pay $1 million in compensation to each person. The greedy people's eyes immediately lit up, and they agreed to settle with the man. But Smith didn't give up. Even with compensation, it wouldn't change the fact that the man practiced without a license. The judge agreed with Smith's argument, and ultimately, the man was sentenced to a lifetime ban from practicing medicine. The man had no choice but to agree. Although the man lost the case, he didn't plan to silently endure. He gently waved his finger. Hemorrhoids, stuttering kidney deficiency, instantly appeared on Smith's body. Before leaving, he looked at those ungrateful patients. He had secretly returned their original diseases to them. This was their well-deserved punishment. The man and the female CEO walked out of the courtroom together. The female CEO felt deeply sorry. She hadn't been able to help the man, but the man didn't mind. Instead, he sincerely thanked her for her help. In the end, the female CEO insisted on giving the man a bank card with $10 million. The man reluctantly accepted and promised to repay her kindness. With that money, the man opened a luxurious veterinary clinic. Every decoration in the store was worth tens of thousands of dollars. His consultation fees were no longer cheap. They returned to normal rates. One day, the man had just finished treating an adorable puppy when a group of people suddenly stormed in. It was those patients he had once treated. After returning home, they found that their illnesses had relapsed. They came angrily to demand compensation from the man. The man gave a slight smile and said that he would not give them a single dollar. One of the old ladies stepped forward and confidently ordered the man to cure them again. The man was extremely disdainful. It was they who had taken him to court back then. Now, he could only treat animals. As long as the old lady admitted that she was an animal, he would be willing to treat her. The old lady was furious, but she had no way to handle the man. A male patient saw that threatening the man was useless and immediately hugged the man's leg. He humbly apologized to the man. Since his illness had relapsed, he hadn't had a good night's sleep since. Please, treat him again. He was willing to pay $500. The man scoffed. He didn't care about such pocket change. Just at this moment, the payment for treating the little dog came through successfully, a full $2,000. The man impatiently urged them to leave quickly. At this moment, Smith appeared with the man's ex-girlfriend. It turned out that Smith and his ex-girlfriend had already become secret lovers. His ex-girlfriend had even stolen his universal medicine recipe and given it to Smith. Now Smith had the company manufacture the medicine according to the formula and successfully developed a universal healing pill. Today, he was just here to show off to the man, but little did he know, the so-called universal medicine was actually fake. It was just a substitute used by the man to cover up the magical ring. Unexpectedly, the ex-girlfriend believed it was real. Smith arrogantly walked in and took out the universal medicine pill in front of everyone. The patients immediately rushed forward to grab the pill, but strangely, the patients who took the pill didn't feel anything at all. Their bodies still hurt terribly. They immediately started cursing Smith for fraud. Smith panicked instantly. He immediately pointed at the man and stuttered, accusing the man. This is actually the man's formula. It's the man who is scamming. The man felt like like he was looking at a fool. It was they who stole his formula, and now they shamelessly said this. The old lady knew that Smith was the boss of a big company. He was not someone to be messed with, but the man was easy to bully. So the old lady directly sat down on the floor and started shouting loudly. She would sue the man again. The man casually glanced at the camera behind him and suddenly began to provoke the old lady. Even if the old lady destroyed his shop, he wouldn't submit. It seemed like the old lady was inspired by the man. She immediately ordered everyone to restrain the man. Then she grabbed a wooden stick, threatening to smash the shop if the man didn't pay up. At this moment, the old lady didn't know that the man was eagerly waiting for her to smash the shop, because every decoration here would make the old lady go completely bankrupt.